welcome, Robin. Welcome back to our show. I'm so excited to do some tapping today.
Thank you, Erin, and I am happy to be back. And thank you for being a willing, I'm not going to use the word victim, but a willing participant.
There we go. Yeah.
Hopefully there's no victimizing going on here at all. So before we get started, I'll just give you a brief introduction, I guess, to EFT, because it's been around since the 70s. It started as a form, it's similar to what acupuncture, acupressure really, I correct myself, acupressure does. The tapping points, as it's called, hit all these different areas that are acupressure points that coincide actually with different internal organs, which I don't know a lot about, but I do know that from reading about the history. But it is a very simple solution to help manage stress, conflict, pain, upset, negative thoughts. It was never meant to be something that only a trained clinician can do. It was meant for the everyday person. It's not something that needs to be done with you, the practitioner. So in this case, me, the therapist, I'll be doing the tapping points with you. You'll be following along with me after we determine your setup statement, and I'll explain that in a moment. But at the end, once you learn it, you learn it. And then you can, on your own, change up the setup statement as needed. So maybe one day your back is really bothering you, and that's what you use as part of the setup statement, meaning that's the area you're working on. Maybe another day you're highly stressed, it's been a really rough day, and then you work on that. So it can be done with your provider, and it's totally meant to be self-done. So it's a self-soothing technique. It relieves stress. So, yeah, it's amazing. When I first saw it, I was like, I just don't know how that's going to work. But in the training, I had to admit, I was like, oh, I do feel better. I really do. So, let's start out. I'm just looking here at this. I'll hold it up to the camera just so people know what I'm looking at. So I just have multiple setup statements to let people decide what feels the best for them. So Erin, why don't you start out by telling me what you would like to work on?
Okay. So I later today I am meeting with a new accountant, and my old accountant, from my understanding, messed up my state taxes because I work out of a New York-based company and I live in Florida. So that is causing me some stress.
Yes, I understand that, right? As soon as we put the word taxes in front of anything, I think people's blood pressure, everything starts
Yeah,
to
even
get
as
high.
I said it, I'm like, I have the visceral reaction because it just drives me mad.
Okay, so that's actually great to know, because we can, as we're going through it, we can even change the setup statement as we're going through. I will ask you after after you tell me, yes, this is the set. This sounds good. The setup statement. Then after we go through the first full round of uh, or course of tapping, I'll say what's coming up for you, and you may notice like a shift in something, or maybe in a different part of your body, or a different something related to this comes up, and then we can just change and alter the setup statement to one that makes more sense in that moment.
Okay, cool.
All right. So what I'm going to tell you first, though, is just to get you ready. So um, these are the Accu Points, right?
Okay.
That's what it's called. So we start out over here at the side of the hand at this. I hope you can see like this fleshy
Either hand?
part. Yep,
Okay.
right. This side, like that fleshy part. So you take three fingers. I don't know if you really have to do three. I was trained to do three. So you tap like straight on, like that, right? So that's always where we start, and that's where you repeat after me the full setup statement, right?
Okay.
So we're going to do 3 rounds in a row of over here.
Okay.
Then we're going to move to doing the acupoints through the body.
Okay.
So the first I'm going to take my glasses off because you'll see why. I can still kind of see you. You're a little bit blurry. So the first is, and I use two fingers for that, are at the top of the head,
Mm-hmm.
and light tapping, right? This is not like this. It's, light tapping at the top of the
Okay.
head. And then right here, where your eyebrow
Mm-hmm.
begins, almost like at not the curve down, but just like right in that
Right
little nose.
inside.
Yeah. So I use two fingers, so that will be the next space. Then the outer eye. So I usually go by this, the ocular bone right here. So I
Mm-hmm.
just kind of do it right around there, like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then under the eye, like this.
Mm-hmm.
Then this space under your nose. And then this indent in your chin, this right under your
Yeah.
lip. Then the clavicle. So
Okay.
I always look for, and people move. I've seen different people do it. So for me, I like this spot like right here. It's almost like a little dip in your
Yep.
clavicle.
Got it.
So I tap there.
On the bone or below the bone?
Yes, below the bone.
Okay.
And then behind you. Now I'm going to lower my camera a little bit so you can maybe see better.
Okay.
So for women, the marking point is like at the top of where your bra is.
Yep. Right
So
here.
right
Okay.
here. Now I do this. You, I pat instead of tap.
Oh
For
yeah, because it's hard.
the patting is easier. Also for me, it's comforting
Yeah.
to do that.
Imagine how
Um,
I pat my son's back.
yes, like you're burping, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's so nice.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. But again, I'll go and you'll be following me and repeating after me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So based on what you told me, so there's significant stress
Mm-hmm.
related to potential tax issues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's start with the beginning SUDS. SUDS is an acronym, SUD, small s, standing for Subjective Units of Disturbance.
Okay.
So that is a scale that goes from 0 to 10. In this case, where 0 is like nothing at all or just kind of neutral feeling, and 10 is the highest level of disturbance. So
Okay.
we start with when you think about meeting your new accountant today and you have that visceral reaction that you mentioned before. I don't know if you're having it now, but right now, when you think about meeting that tax accountant, tell me where you are in terms of 0 to 10, where your stress is.
I'm gonna say like a 6.
6. Okay. I'm writing it down if people want to know what I'm
Okay.
doing. Okay. All right. So now let's do the setup statement. So the setup statement is this. Even though, so that's how it starts. And then there's the blank. And that's where you get to put in whatever's happening for you. So in this case, and you tell me, so even though I feel stressed,
Okay.
and then the end part is I deeply and completely accept myself,
Okay.
or I'm okay, or I choose not to allow it to bother me, or I choose to let it go, or I'm awesome, or I'm a good person, and this is just how I feel. Do any of those resonate with you?
I think it's okay.
It's okay. All right. So here's what it, and tell me if this sounds right before we start. So even though I feel stressed, it's okay.
Yeah. Even though I feel stressed about my taxes, it's okay. Can I do that?
Okay. So
Yeah.
even though I feel stressed about my taxes, it's okay. Okay. All right. So you ready? We're going to start.
Ready.
All right. Okay. So we'll start. This is actually called the karate chop. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right. So just repeat after me.
Okay.
Even though I feel stressed about my taxes,
Even though I feel stressed about my taxes,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Even though I feel stressed about my taxes,
Even though I feel stressed about my taxes,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Even though I feel stressed about my taxes,
Even though I feel stressed about my taxes,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Now we're going to move to the point.
Okay.
And just follow me and say,
Okay.
my stress,
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 my stress.
my stress.
Do it one more time.
Okay.
My stress,
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 my stress.
my stress.
Okay, take a deep breath, blow it out. Okay, on a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate your stress right now?
Like a 3?
Okay, so while we were going around, so it's already dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's already dropped. So while we were doing that, did anything else come up or change for you?
Um, no, I mean, I guess as I was doing it, I felt, particularly as we circled around from like here to here,
Mm-hmm.
like a like a my body was releasing a little bit. And then it kind of would like pick up a little bit at the end, but then we did the second round and I think
Mm-hmm.
even and again I felt it like when we got here there was like
Mm-hmm.
a release.
Okay, are you feeling any stress in your body anywhere right now?
Um Neck and shoulders.
Okay,
And a little bit in my hips.
okay, so let's do it again. And do you want to keep the setup statement as it is? Do you want to add something about stress in your neck, hips, back?
Yeah, we can shift to the body sensation if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you tell me what you want it to be. So even though I feel neck pain
Yeah, I
and,
feel shoulder tension.
okay, so even though I feel shoulder tension,
Hmm.
I'm okay. You still want to use the I'm okay?
Um, what are the other options?
Yeah. No, that's okay. I
Yeah.
know it's a menu, so yes. I deeply and completely accept myself.
Okay.
Um, I am a good person, and this is how I feel.
Okay.
Um, I choose to release it,
I like that one.
or just I choose to let it go.
Mm, I choose to release it. I like that.
Okay, so this is what it's going to be then. Tell me if it feels right. So even though I feel or I have, which word sounds better?
Have.
Even though I have tension in my shoulders, I choose to release it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, all right. So let's try again, and we'll
Okay.
start the same way. Okay, so
Okay.
3 times with the karate chop, and then I'll do either two and maybe even a third time on the body. Okay,
Okay.
all
Hmm.
right. Here we go. Even though I have tension in my shoulders,
Even though I have tension in my shoulders,
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Even though I have tension in my shoulders,
Even though I have tension in my shoulders,
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Even though I have this tension in my shoulders,
Even though I have this tension in my shoulders,
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Okay, here we go. My tension,
My tension.
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 tension in my shoulders,
Tension in my shoulders.
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 tension in my shoulders.
Tension in my shoulders.
One more time.
Okay.
My tension,
My tension.
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 my tension.
My tension.
Okay. Take a breath, push it out, and on a scale of 0 through 10, where is your tension right now?
It's like a 1 or 2.
So that's amazing from
Yeah.
where you started, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a short period of time, doesn't take long. Uh, it, I think the learning part is being able to switch it up when you need to switch it up so it keeps producing. Uh, from a therapist's point of view, uh, I would probably do another round with you even, and we can if you want to get you, see if we could get you to 0, right? 1 is okay, right? But 0 is where I would love for all of my patients to be. Um, so, but just dropping from a 6 to a 2 is significant.
Yeah, yeah. It feels better. I feel better.
And are you still noticing anywhere anything?
Yeah, now it's a little more in my belly.
Ah,
Yeah.
anxiety feeling in the belly, or
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, just like yeah, an anxiety feeling, I would say. A little tension.
okay? I don't know what we have time for. Do you want to do one more round, or should we stop?
We got the okay. Let's do it.
Okay. Are you comfortable doing that?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Let's see if we can
Okay.
get it to a 0.
Okay. So rate your anxiety in your belly right now on a scale of 0 to
Um, let's go with a 4.
10. Okay. All right. So the setup statement, tell me if this feels right. So even though I have anxiety in my belly, I
I'll release it. I like that worked nice.
okay,
Yeah.
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it. Yeah.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Um, okay, here we go.
Okay.
So let's start.
Okay.
Okay. Even though
Even though
I have anxiety in my belly,
I have anxiety in my belly,
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Even though
Even though
I have anxiety in my belly,
I have anxiety in my belly,
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Even though
Even though
I have anxiety in my belly,
I have anxiety in my belly,
I choose to release it.
I choose to release it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
My anxiety,
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 my anxiety.
my anxiety,
Let's go one more time. My anxiety,
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 my anxiety.
my anxiety.
Okay. So, on a scale of 0 to 10, how does the anxiety feel now?
It might like a zero, zero. Yeah, I don't feel it.
Great.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't seem like it should work, right?
Yeah, and it's just like that sensation is, at least for now, it's gone.
Yeah, and that's it, right? It's like that's what we want people to feel. We want, right, we want people to achieve that zero. I mean, seriously, but a one is also wonderful when you're up that high, right? You looking to experience relief, right? We want the people we work with to have relief. But the wonderful thing about EFT is that it gives every individual this power. It's a real empowerment to understand, like, all I need to do is this and I can feel better.
Yeah.
And that's it, huge, especially for people, I think, that experience high levels of stress, like during their day, or, someone with high levels of anxiety, whether they have generalized anxiety or they don't, doesn't really matter, right? But it's like if you're a person who, like if I know I'm going to meet the boss later, even if I don't think anything bad is going to happen, I still feel it in my stomach. I receive everything in my stomach, I like to say.
Mhm.
It goes to my stomach first, and then I figure it out. So it just alleviates that feeling, and it just gives such a great sense of I can control some of these things, even when maybe things around me I cannot control.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, George.
Hey, Robin. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous about doing the tappings.
Hey, listen, it's okay to be nervous first time. So, have you thought about what you would like to work on today? Because it's something that you're feeling and experiencing now.
Yeah, so I do get certain levels of stress having to work on my kids' homework sometimes
Hmm.
with them
Yeah.
because it's just a little different from how I was taught growing up. And I might teach a certain type of way, and his teacher might teach a different type of way. And sometimes I'm just kind of like confused as to which way is the best way to teach. So honestly, that's something that's been stressing me out a little bit lately.
Okay, so um, the confusion is triggering stress, but it sounds like maybe it's not just confusion, like uncertainty, or maybe I'm not sure. You're not sure if you're like if you're skilled enough or have the knowledge. Is that right?
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to create a setup statement, and it'll be it'll start with even though, and then you'll tell me what you want to fill in the blank, and then you'll help me choose the end piece. So tell me what feels right to you right now. So even though I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework, I deeply and completely accept myself. I'm okay. I'm a good person, and this is how I feel. I choose to release it. I choose to let it go. I choose not to allow it to dominate me.
I like I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
And how does the beginning part sound? So even though I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework, I'm okay.
I like it.
Okay. So when you think about helping your kids with their homework and all that it brings up for you on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is no disturbance at all and 10 is the highest level, where are you right now?
You know what? Like currently, right now, just the way the amount of homework they're currently getting and everything. I would say it's like at a 3 or 4. It's something that's just not overly dominating my thoughts, but it's always like, oh my god, later today we gotta get to it. We got so many things to take care of, and it's like, so I would say like a 4.
Okay, all right. So you're going to follow me and repeat after me. We're going to start with the karate chop. We'll do that 3 times, and then I'll take you through all the acupressure points, acupoints, sorry, on your body, and we'll do that twice and see where you're at after that. Okay?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
All right, here we go. Even though
Even though,
we tap like this, even though
even though
I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework,
I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Even though
Even though
I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework,
I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Even though I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework,
Even though I feel stressed about helping with my kids' homework,
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
My stress,
My stress,
my stress,
my stress,
my stress.
my stress,
Side of the eye. Good.
right in the
My
corner
stress.
there. My
Yep.
stress,
Now right under the eye. My stress.
my stress,
Right under your nose. My stress.
my stress,
In the fold in your chin. My stress.
my stress,
Right under your collarbone. My stress.
my stress,
And then right behind your underarm. My stress.
my stress.
I'm going to do one more time. You ready?
Yep.
My stress.
My stress,
By the eyebrow. My stress.
my stress,
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 My stress.
my stress.
Good. Take a deep breath in. Blow it all out. And on a scale of 0 to 10, where would you rate your stress right now?
I feel a lot more relaxed for sure. Um, It's if I had to put a number, I would say like a 2 right now. Like it definitely, I feel a lot more calm, more mellow right now.
Okay, so let's try one more time. Do you want to keep the setup statement exactly as you had it, or do you think something else might feel more appropriate right now?
What do you think I should be trying to identify in order to make that
When you were going around, did anything different pop up? Did you experience any kind of feeling or sensation anywhere in your body that you noticed?
I had like a little tension in my lower back, like on the left side of my lower back.
Okay. Is that something that happens when you feel stressed?
I feel like, yeah, when I get stressed, I have like my back tightens up a bit for sure.
Okay. Okay. So how about if we try in the setup statement? So even though I have stress in my back, you can
Even-
still say I'm okay, or I choose to let it go, or I choose to release it.
I like choose to let it go,
Okay, so let's do that. Even though
even though
I have tension in my back,
I have tension in my back.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it go,
Even though
even though
I have tension in my back,
I have tension in my back.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it go,
Even though
even though
I have tension in my back,
I have tension in my back.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it go.
Okay. Start with the Accu Points. My tension,
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 my tension.
my tension,
One more time. Tension in my back,
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 tension in my back.
tension in my back.
Good. Take a deep breath, blow it out, and on a scale of 0 to 10, how does your tension feel now?
I would say like a 1, honestly. I really don't feel much of it. Like,
Great.
yeah.
Good. Good.
Nah, it was a little tight on my left side, and I could just honestly feel it like distinctly on that part of my body. And like right
Mhm.
now, there's like I don't feel any difference between my left and my right. It feels good.
Excellent. That's wonderful, George. But you both, Erin, George, you did fantastic. I'm glad that you both felt benefits from it, and I appreciate you having me back.
Awesome, Robin. Yeah, we look forward to many more sessions like this in the future. And thank you for being on today.
Thank you,
Thank
Robin.
you, guys.